product that the WWE is putting out right now. So having that New Japan, feel in America, I mean, you get the ratings, I know we're through the roof, and like you said, the ticket sales. So I think, this is the time to strike, and I think they're doing everything the right way, like you said. And you mentioned a sellout. I know the Young Bucks merch is selling out at Hot Topic. When are we going to see the Killer Elite Squad shirts at Hot Topic?
You never know, man. I don't know. I think that's something that they were able to create. I mean, you have to, hats off to the Young Bucks. Hats off to everything they've done to create their product that is them, that has been in professional wrestling. They've made themselves, by themselves, a product in the business, something that sells, whether they're on the independents, whether they're working New Japan, whether they're working Ring of Honor, wherever they're working. People want to see the Young Bucks, and they've done an amazing job of making themselves an invaluable product. And then part of that was creating this relationship with Hot Topic. The cool part to me is, originally, and I think that's what originally planned was, it was just going to be the Young Bucks. But it's kind of cool to see that whoever garnered that deal expanded it to basically the Bullet Club stuff. I know Cody has a shirt. I know Hangman Page has had a shirt. I know the Young Bucks obviously have a shirt. I don't know all the other ones, but I know that there's several different shirts, including the Young Bucks, obviously. So it's really cool to see what they've done. We're not in the Bullet Club. They are the elite. We are Killer Elite. It's a very different situation, but you never know, as far as the expansion goes and with what Hot Topic has seen, as well as it's done, Hot Topic may be wanting them to help reach out and bring in more product that's not just Bullet Club product, you know what I'm saying? But for now, it's theirs, and you have to, like I said, you have to applaud them for everything they've done.
I think actually, now that you mention it, there is some infringement there. The Killer Elite Squad's been around a lot longer than the Elite, so I think maybe down the line that might be something you guys have to hash out.
Well, you never know, and obviously, and I've been the American Psycho for a lot longer than the American Nightmare has been around in New Japan. So that's something that Cody and I might have to have an in-ring conversation about.
It's definitely got all the makings. And if fans want to check it out, ProWrestlingTees.com/Lance Hoyt. All of the Killer Elite Squad shirts are on there, and they are awesome. The Let's Get Crazy one happens to be my favorite. So nothing but the best of luck with those shirts. Now, do me a favor, just tell all the fans where they can keep up with you. We can see what's happening at Destruction coming up. Where can fans get in contact with you?
Obviously my Twitter at Lance Hoyt. My Facebook is Lance Hoyt. It's all public and open, so people can check it out. They don't have to. We don't have to be friends. They can see everything that I'm promoting and doing on there. My Instagram is Lance_Hoyt. Those are the three main ones that I use on my Twitter, my Facebook, and my Instagram. And then as far as New Japan goes, the New Japan World, like you said, they've got their events coming up. We have 3 tag title matches on this next tour. I don't know the whole dates. I know you said the cards have been released, but I haven't seen them myself. But we have 3 tag title matches on this next tour. So you never know what's going to happen as far as this tag title is concerned. As far as we're concerned, we're going to win them the first night and then just keep them the rest of the time. So that's our plan. So that's where people can check it out. Hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Instagram. Like I said, keep an eye out on New Japan World. It's only 999 yen, which is like $8.30. It's well worth it. Like you said, they've got English commentary for all the big shows now. You can watch them live if you're willing to wake up at whatever, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, depending on where you're at. Or if they're archived, so you can just turn it on and watch it whenever you want. It's pretty much the exact same format as the WWE Network, only you're actually getting to watch New Japan Pro Wrestling on a total consistent basis. And then obviously Access TV, which airs Fridays at 7 o'clock. If you have Access TV, you'll start seeing more of our stuff as we start being on the product more and more. So it's a lot of cool things coming up. We get to reintroduce ourselves to the wrestling world in a sense because, again, it's expanded so much since we've been gone that even though we've been a part of the company since, like I said, 2011, 2012, it's a rebirth. We're reborn, man.
Yeah, and with the new expansion, the new eyes on the product, I'm really looking forward to seeing where New Japan Pro Wrestling goes and where the Killer Elite Squad goes. And Lance, we cannot thank you enough for your time. I appreciate you hanging out with us, talking to us, and giving us a little glimpse into what it's like over there over New Japan Pro Wrestling. So thank you very much, sir. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on tonight.
Thank you, everybody. And that was Lance Archer, one half of the Killer Elite Squad, one half of the Rock and Rave Infection, and overall, just great guy. That was a fantastic interview. I loved listening to that guy talk. He had some great stories.
Yeah, that was a lot of awesome stuff. I mean, guy's got a lot of history, between working in the TNA from the early phases of it and as it was kind of growing, working in WWE when it had the ECW programs, some developmental stuff. He was on SmackDown and then transitioning over into New Japan now, which is becoming a bigger company, more worldwide known company, expanding out to the U.S. and different things like you guys were talking about. So he's in a tag team. He's up for their world tag team titles. They're doing 3 rematches, triple threats in Japan at the Destruction Tour on the 10th, 16th, and 24th of September. So, a lot of good stuff from him. This guy's got a lot of experience in the business, a lot of good stories to tell. So it was a really great interview.
I believe they're going to call those hoss matches. We have just 6 monsters and they're just beating the hell out of each other. I'm really looking forward to it. And man, like you said, so much history to be in the business that long in every major organization, and just what a great guy. It was a pleasure speaking with him. We got time for SummerSlam? I mean,
we do. I guess we were wrapping up the NXT. So real quick, I know we went through all the matches in the final angle. What did you think of the show? On our patented grading scale that's used across the country.
I'm going A-.
A-?
Yeah.
I got to go A, man. I don't really have any complaints about it. I mean, there could be an A+. That'd be like the perfect show. It's not the perfect show. There are no perfect shows, but it was pretty close to it.
Yeah, it was damn near. It was damn near perfect. The only issue I have is there wasn't enough Yano.
Yeah, there never is for you. Real quick, I know I mentioned the Meltzer ratings for the matches.
I cannot wait to hear it.
I just want to let you know what they were. Don't look.
Let's go, Daddy Meltzer. Come on, I'll read them off.
So the Andrade Almas versus Johnny Gargano match.
6 stars.
4.25 stars.
Oh, that's a little bit high for my liking. Okay.
Sanity versus the Authors of Pain, 3.75 stars.
What?
Wait for it. Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami, 4.25 stars.
What?
Asuka versus Ember Moon, 4.5 stars. Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Roode, 4.25 stars. This guy ate the show up, my friend. So
cover your ears. Everybody cover their ears. I'm going to curse.
No, there's no cursing.
Get the out of here. Are you kidding me?
Good Christian boys. You can't do that.
I censored in my ears. What?
Yeah.
I liked the show, and I thought the show was solid.
He loved the show.
For all of you internet trolls that get on Daddy Meltzer about being a New Japan butt rider, that's a new word. Let me tell you something. That man is trying to make up for 2 years of 7-star matches all in one night. Because I don't think any of those ratings were legitimate. Would you? I think if anything, he undervalued the tag match, and he what do they call that? Who's that chef that sprinkles the salt? Salt Bay. Have you seen this?
No.
The video, they call him Salt Bay, and he holds his finger and he just sprinkles the salt on. There's a GIF of Meltzer sprinkling this, but it's stars for the Kenny Omega match. I think he incredibly overstated a lot of those matches. I thought everything was good, but I don't think anything was 4.5 star worthy. Do you? Especially not the main event. The main event to me was the weakest match of all. And unless
he loves Bobby Roode though. He does. I heard him on a recap, and audio recap of the match, and him and Brian Alvarez who do Wrestling Observer Live, those shows, and he really likes Bobby Roode and the way that he works and the way that he builds matches. So apparently he's just a big Roode fan. So that might be the reason why he gave that match a higher rating than a lot of places elsewhere that I read. I think the Gargano match, that's the exact rating I've seen in 3 different spots. That 4.25. Yeah, everyone I read seemed to give them that rating. But some people liked it better than others. The main event, it was kind of polarizing. I saw somebody give it 2.5. I saw somebody else give it 3.75, and Meltzer gave it 4.25. So
I would give the main event 3 stars flat. It was sorry to cut you off. Is he including the post-show angle? Because if you're going to include the post-show angle, I'm going to go 8 stars.
I don't think that's
10 stars.
I don't think that's how it works.
1,000 yen.
So I don't think that's how it works. So
okay. What do we do? Do we go into SummerSlam? I mean, it's going to be a long show. How tired are you? You want to just go over it real quick? Tell me what to do, Joe.
We can just hit the key points, I think.
You don't want to touch on all 96 matches?
Nope. I don't want to talk about Big Cass and Big Show. I don't think we need to hit the pre-show. All thing I'll say on the pre-show was, and I ended up watching it the next night because I did not see the pre-show before SummerSlam, the main card kicked off. I did watch all 3 matches, and the Usos and New Day match was very good as advertised from people that had watched it. Then don't be cheating and looking at my Meltzer ratings. That's my gimmick, all right? I read the Meltzer ratings.
You want to be the Meltzer guy?
I'm the Meltzer ratings.
You could be the Meltzer ratings.
No, I just found this today.
No, I want you to read the Meltzer. All right, I will agree with you. I'll echo your sentiments. I think the Usos versus the New Day was a fantastic match. There were a couple of two questionable spots where the timing was off, but the match was actually so good that it didn't even matter. That match was fantastic, and the Usos versus New Day would have been the right match to kick off SummerSlam, not John Cena burying Baron Corbin, which I don't want to talk about. Do you want to talk about that?
You don't want to talk about Baron Corbin getting buried?
No, Baron Corbin sucks. Natalya beating Naomi by submission. Good for Natalya. If anybody in the women's division deserves the title for all that she's been through, Natalya deserves it. I'm a big fan of her.
Gonna get that glow crap off my TV.
Yeah. Why don't you go join the gorgeous ladies of wrestling and glow over there?
Yeah.
Big Cass versus, this sucked so bad. This was different types of animal ass in one match.
Wow, that's
this
graphic.
is 9 different types of ass.
And descriptive.
This was terrible. This was atrocious, terrible, god-awful, served no purpose. Enzo baby oiling himself actually was kind of funny. I'll give him that. I did enjoy that. It was a little funny.
You enjoyed Enzo.
You know what I mean.
I'm going to edit this podcast and cut that together. So this is where you're just saying you enjoy Enzo oiling himself up.
You know what I meant. You know what? You're being a real putz right now. I enjoyed the gimmick.
That's mean-spirited.
Yeah.
And your words are hurtful. I think you should
good.
know that.
I hope they sting like a bumblebee's ass. Anyway.
A lot of ass comments from you tonight.
What
is that about?
It's been a long day. Listen, the payoff to the Big Cass Big Show with Enzo in a shark cage match, with Enzo covers himself in baby oil, squeaks his body out of the cage, falls down, gets booted, Big Show gets booted, Cass gets the pin 1, 2, 3. Then they do a rematch the next night on Raw.
No,
good.
They did.
I'm sorry, not a rematch. They did a rematch of Enzo and Cass.
Enzo versus Cass, and Cass blew his knee out or whatever it is, and he's out for 6 to 9 months. So
in a bunch of malarkey street fight. Randy Orton versus Rusev was 10 seconds, and Randy Orton RKO'd him and won. Rusev attacks him quick before the bell rang. Bell rings, missed the boot, and how you doing, Rusev? Enjoy the unemployment line because apparently he asked for his release. Allegedly with Lana. That's the rumor on the street. The next match was Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss. Any comments?
I mean, Sasha winning the title, I think, I don't know if we both predicted that. I know, I think I mentioned it happening. I don't really know. They don't really have much of a direction here. The whole Bayley thing with her character and now how the crowd is kind of booing and reacting to her in a negative way, I think has really thrown off whatever potential plans they had for that title on Raw. So I really don't know where they're going with this whole thing. I think they're just going to obviously run with Banks and Bliss on Raw this coming Monday in a rematch. So we'll see if they continue to kind of play up Banks not being able to defend the championship when she wins it, or if they actually give her a win and let her have an extended run with the title. But it was a solid match. I thought they worked hard. They gave them 13 minutes. It was fine. Not a classic or anything like that, but it was what it was.
The right thing to do would have been have Sasha Banks win the title, Bayley hug her, and then Bayley turn heel in the middle of Barclays because it's the only way she would have gotten cheered for me. You don't like that?
Can't turn Bayley heel, bro.
They already turned her heel by killing her gimmick. I think this would have been the perfect opportunity to pull the trigger on that and have the inflatable, she could be like a female Blink. You come out pandering to the kids and you go to hug one kid and you body lock him and hit him the Bayley to belly over the rail. That's good booking. Bayley heel turn. Beating up 5-year-olds.
You want this girl to squirt water out of a flower or a jacket? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, if we're talking about cutting different pieces and making, drops, I'm going to cut some of what you just said, just so you know.
Do you know how to? You don't know. Come on. Finn Balor defeated Bray Wyatt. Balor returned as the demon, which apparently is a thing now that they advertise ahead of time. Somehow knowing that's what he's going to do.
Oh my God, who the hell cares? I tried to do the exact, what do I call that? Flow of the drop because I don't have the drop. But do you care about the demon?
No. I don't. I mean, I